Hello everyone, how good of you to join. Welcome back to Cities Skylines. Welcome back to once more an episode of Traffic Hell. Let's just have a look on this road here that is leading into our nightlife district, and that is completely right. We do have like one of the probably biggest traffic jams so far that is accumulating all the way almost back here to the entrance of my city. And the reason for that is quite simple. It is my nightlife district, my leisure district that we have. It is causing way too much traffic. I never expected there's to be so much traffic in an area that really doesn't produce any products but is consuming a lot of them, and thus importing is really high. And we can see that here with all of these trucks lining up to get into the city, and of course it's completely overwhelming my city infrastructure that we have in this area. Let's just check out what's really going on. What I can see is that all of them, really all of them, want to go on this street here, and then on this tiny street using only the right lane beside my stadium to get into the nightlife district, right? And there's something terribly wrong here in all of this, and I'm just trying to fix this now. Now, there are several ways about to go this that I'm going to try out. Of course, none of them really cost me anything other than a bit of time. And the first thing that I would like to do is I'm going to make it a one-way street here. We already have a one-way street here, but I'm going to get rid of that once more. So this is just going to be a normal road here beside my stadium. Right, so going in both directions there, normal way, that's fine. And then we're going with a one-way, and how I'm going about this is I'm starting with that one-way over here. So all of these people want to get into the nightlife area, right? So let's just try this. I'm going to need my key for this, and we're just going to have this street here. I need to pause this one, otherwise we're going to see chaos unfolded once more. And this is only an entrance now into my city, right? It's only an entrance going all the way down here, right? So whoever wants to enter the city with this highway and that wants to get into this area, they can just use one huge avenue now that leads into the city. And then we're going to have one exit out of the city, and that's this one here. So whoever wants to get out, they can use this road here then to get out of it. And we could even speed this up even further by adding another, because I'm expecting a lot of additional streets to get out of here. We could even speed it up further by having another highway exit that is starting here and goes then all the way here to my highway, basically, right? Let's just make this one a bit better looking. And this is basically how it goes then out of the city, whoever wants to leave. So we are further trying to enlighten the load of the roundabout that we have there by doing this. Now the game is still paused, so we'll just see how this one turns out. This is now a one-way, and then we have the one-way out. I could also make this whole thing here a one-way, but I don't think that is going to be really necessary. And I've also gotten rid of the, by the way, of the pedestrian bridge here. Yes, bad thing, and I know that. I've also turned off the crossing here now, so there's no more crossing for people. Right now there's nothing really for these poor souls. I mean, let's just go ahead really quickly and add one so people can actually get to the other side, but it's not going to stay there, right? So because I think we still will have to fiddle around a bit here with the solution of what's happening on this giant road. Let's just pause the game so these people realize, oops, I'm facing the wrong direction. And they're trying to get back on track before the police officer comes around. Alright, so that's that. Now, as we can see, they're all flooding in here now in this road. There's a bit of flow again on the traffic. And here, there's only an outbound now. And as we can see, yep, there's already some people using this shortcut that I hope could further reduce traffic load here. Though, if it's really needed, we'll just see that. Now, a lot of these people, they want to get to another place though. Let's just check this one too. And I think this is going to be trucks, right? And yes, they want to get to the other side of the city here, right? So they can either, well, there is actually a possibility with the road going to the south. We'll just see. So they enter here. What's the problem? There's still this crossing here. Let's get rid of that. More crossing. They get into this city there. could also make this one here a one-way only. I don't like one-ways too much because they can easily break stuff. Though this is also not really looking right at the moment. I could further speed it up, I think. They all want to get in here now. Let's just try to get rid of these junctions there as they further prohibit anything. So this road here is going to be able to connect with that one just across the stadium, right? So that we have this one, and now I can get rid of that junction here. I essentially will make it a pedestrian path only, right? So where I'm going to prohibit any traffic that wants to travel on this road. There you go. Lots of concrete here right now, but it's going to be fine. So that's just that. As we can see, lots of people used it right away. This is a little plaza area, more or less, becoming like that. There's some stores here and there. Perfect. That is one thing. And the other one is this road here that I could make to a one-way easily. Because, let's just pause this one again. It goes all the way here down. Right. Oh, I hate this repacking of my mods all the time. And this goes basically here. And then it's a normal street again, right? So it's really just this road here to further reduce the stress on this junction. This junction also will have no crossing on that side. Right, so those pedestrians will have to use another one. I just want to distribute the traffic a bit more before it gets to a bigger junction, right? As we can see, there is a bit more flow now. That is fine. Alright, also as we can see, lots of people are going to this junction here. Now that is fine too. There is lots of space around it to make it a roundabout if I need to. And then it's all about this one. Boy, there's really a lot of pedestrian traffic happening too. It's really beautiful to look at. No doubt about that. But something is still terribly wrong here. Okay, and they seem to be stuck eternally in this one. By the looks of it. And why is incoming traffic getting the priority here? This should not be the case. There was no sign here. Actually, there is no sign here. This is no roundabout at the moment. Very strange. No wonder there is no flow in it. Now there should be a bit more flow again. Oh, this is looking really messy. What are you guys doing there? It's a roundabout. They should not be able to enter if there's traffic coming in. Alright. Flow has been restored a bit. As we can see, lots of vehicles are now pulling into this area. And there is some more flow again. This is also, by default, a pretty bad one. So we need to activate the flow one. Or actually, there's no gap in between, right? They can do this. And there's also no crossings here whatsoever. Also prohibits the traffic further. And slowing it down. Alright, this actually is gone now. This traffic jam that we had there, it's down to a few cars only. Very good to see. And it seems to be there is a bit more, flow again. Now this looks much better. While there is still a bit of a traffic jam, it only goes to this way. There's still a bit of a clog up here on the highway, but as we can see, it has been drastically reduced now. And the reason for that is this one here is also not completely ideal. A lot of people that want to use this junction here and want to get over there right now and into this block. Alright, nothing that I can do here too much. This one, oh my goodness, there's also one. What's going on here? I think we need a battery capacity for that one. Yep, they all want to get to this one. Can't be that many cars that want to get to these few factories here. Nope, most of them want to get to the cargo one, I think. Right, I think it's still the clogging up from previously, right? Because there's a lot of traffic flow here that is looking good to me. Most of them don't really want to get over here, I guess. So there's not that much I can do about it right now. I could make a smaller bridge connecting with Primrose Street over there. But I don't think there's really that much traffic coming into the farming district there as it is, right? This is empty now, perfect. And this one is already, yeah, it's coming in as we can see, right? Lots of traffic flow. So I think this is just repairing itself now once the traffic is flowing a bit more freely again. And this is also looking much better than before. It's just this traffic problem here, but that's just a tiny one that is still clearing up there. It has to clear up. And that's it, right? So we can focus on a few other things. And then I just check on the traffic there once more. But oh boy, traffic is going to be an ongoing problem from now on with so many people. And I just love that. There's so many optimizations you can do, so many points where you can just improve stuff. This also looks a bit problematic, of course. The really not so great lane system of the game, even with mods, it's not completely working there, because it absolutely doesn't make sense that they would all like to get on this lane here, just so they want to get to the other side. I could improve this with a bit of lane management, right? So I can say that they have to use this one, they have to use this one, and on the second lane that would be over here, please, they can also use the middle lane to get to this road there, right? And also this one, so that they would perhaps change lanes here as well. That should reduce it a bit, and as we can see, yep, it is doing something. There's a few more cars now that use the inner lane, and thus we could speed it up there a bit. Yes, this is looking better. Alright, it's lots of these details, lots of these things you need to look out for, and I'm very happy that in most cases it's actually working out. Though I gotta say, I'm really surprised how much traffic the leisure center is causing in general. Let's get back to the great things of planning ahead that we need to do in our city. I mean, money is still coming in, not that much, but it's okay. We are getting closer to 1 million again, halfway there. So what we can do now is we also have a water problem. There's a pipe not connected here for a strange reason. There you go. Problem solved. There I was sloppy perhaps, righto. But that's that. Then we have our power district that is going to work for us right now. We have the cargo one, and we have this cargo line here that is going to help us. Now I've got this whole forestry area there. I want to use this now. I want to make a forest area out of that. We do have a couple of options. I mean, I do already have a big road, right? This one here that we can, continue. And in fact will continue getting all the way into this area there. Now we have the same thing here. I'm not going to have all the big avenues now getting there, right? But this one, and then the farming area is also up here available, so we could connect them, and inbound traffic will be here. Then this is going right through the farming area. It's not the primary road though. What we can also use is this road that comes in from that highway. That actually makes sense. And we might have our forestry area here. Yep, this is something I like more. Let's do this. The thing that I need here for this area is I'm going to need a tunnel. Just below that. Train line. Right, I don't want to interrupt the train line or anything like that, and by far we don't want to have any crossing there. That would be catastrophic. And then just along here, I hope I'm not making too many cliffs and ridges now. It's already starting. Here. We're getting into a farming area. Then moving into a smaller street, just over there. Into the forest area, right? So something away. This is really then a bit further outside of the city. And here we will make a junction somewhere. I mean, let's make it a big junction there though. This one. That goes then right into the heart of it all, right? So there we have then the bigger traffic that comes out of it. And probably goes into this direction. And then moves back into our system there again. right? So that we have the big road that still continues onwards, and then we're having our farm area or our forest industry now here. Going to be interesting how we can use this. So let's just have more roads that go into that, and then right into the heart of it all. Now let's start up with by having a... Oh, wait a second. Also, we need a cargo station here, of course. Never forget the cargo stations. I could have one here. Could also make it a bit further down. Yep, I like this more. That we have its own road, because I'm always expecting a lot of traffic to come out of the cargo stations, and by having our own road that goes into, once again, the mountain, right? So with, let's make it 10, then goes down here, make this one a proper curve. There you go. Oh, and capital city. We have a new city status. With that, we got finally the campus area that we can implement. And with that, I can also finally build that bridge that some of you have been waiting for, that I should do. But first of all, let's get to the cargo station. So there you go, we're coming out again. And probably somewhere here, I'm going to make that... going to make that cargo station. This should actually be a one-way. Right, so that the incoming traffic continues and then moves out again. And actually we need to make this one vice versa. Right, so they take this turn here, so there is no traffic jam or anything happening there. And we keep a free flow traffic in both directions. And then we have our cargo station just here. I do need to get rid of that power line there. In the way, and we will also need to rethink that track system here. Now there, looking much better, of course, with a tighter street right here, going in one way only, and this is then really having its own access to this whole area, so that we separate our cargo traffic from the normal traffic in a way like this. Let's have the power pole that uses this way, supplying power to the cargo station, and then continues onwards down to the city itself. Perfect. There you go. A new cargo station. This is really all for my industry district. Speaking of that, let's get this one on the way. Let's just see how the game names it. Cypress Hills. That's fitting. But let's rather follow the street, right? It looks a bit messy then otherwise. Let's just follow the street, use this forest area. We could continue then here for further expansion, right? So this is all going to be industry area for it. Elm Complex. Even better. Elm Complex. That's a fine name for it. It's pretty big though. We'll just see, right? If we really need that much. No idea. And for now, we can go ahead with having our forest industry, starting out with a forestry main building. So just like the farming, really, we can have this one. Let's have this one rather here in the center, right next to my cargo entrance. And with that, we unlock the small tree plantation, small log yard, and the sawmill for that matter. There you go. It's going to be a pretty hilly area. I'm going to flatten it a bit. Absolutely needed there, otherwise we're going to have too many problems. I don't want to completely flatten it. After all, it has character, but just a tiny bit really. There you go. Also, this looks much better than before. Just overall adding a smoother look to the whole area. There you go. Perfect. Looking better. And then we need to think about where we want to have the raw materials. Of course, the raw materials are on this road here that we already have implemented. And once again, I could decide, do I want to have a smaller industry road somewhere here, right? So we do have the cobblestone road, something like that. Pedestrian road, a dirt road. The further we go out, the better it is going to be for a dirt road. Let's just have a normal road there now. That goes a bit deeper into the forestry area that we have here. Oh, there's a steep steep rise here right now that I'm probably not going to use. And then we can use our simpler roads that we have. Let's use the country road there. Right, and left and right we're going to have some of our first plantations. I'm also going to need some log yards that we can use. We can squeeze in one here right away, and I'm probably going to need a second one as well. So these are like the buffers that we have, the storage depots, right? They're here, and they're looking very strange. Try to move them a bit. Ah, this looks better. It's actually using these trees here. Now, perfect, that's the one. Then we have a bit of a buffer zone here if we want to. And then we start with the small tree plantations. We can have a couple of them. And a few over there. Let's continue with our road. There you go. I can squeeze in a few more. And then we can have them on the back again. Just like with the farming district, really. Perhaps also another road than just here. Yeah, we're not making that connection. And then I could have more, way more on that side too. That is just a nice hilly and forestry area. We can also decide what kind of trees we want to use. The beech trees are being used right now. The older, it's changing a bit with its appearance. Right, I think this one is actually fitting in a bit more into the hilly area where we are right now. So having these dense ones. Perfect. Then the storage. Keep it on balance for now. And then we need some industry, right? And we're just going to start out with the industry right here being a sawmill. Make it 2 sawmills. That's really just the beginning of our industry zone. Let's unpause the game. For that matter, of course, water will be necessary. Let's just get this one going from over here. This one continues then on the main road to my cargo station, and then also along the road here. Actually, the first thing they're complaining about is not the lack of water or electricity, but of raw materials. That seems to be a bigger problem. And I guess my trees will also need some water. And then I'm going ahead with a bit of power. Let's use our main... Let's use this power cable there. And let's make the connection. Yes, very good. There's the connection for the power cable. Coming over from that, of course, it's looking a bit empty there still. Just like with the farming, it is starting now. There's a few workers, of course. It's starting to produce... starting to get it over there to the small log yard. So we're going to have lots of forest then here, delivering it to my central storage, and from here it goes then continues to my processing units and then out or to the cargo station depending on where they want to go. And also some paper down the road we should be able to make here that I'm going to need for my food factory, if you remember. Alright, and the first logs have been chopped down, the first trees, as we can see. There they are. Being transported, not to the storage, but I think right away, yep, to the... Oh, actually. Oh, I see. I should have this one on the other side. I guess. Have it on the other side. Because otherwise they cannot cross the street here. Let's have it here for now. Oh, poor souls, I'm so sorry. They have to turn around once more. I could play this all day long with them, but I rather not. There you go. Now they can get to the storage. And continue then right on down here. Right, so we should be seeing some trucks then delivering those logs to my sawmills. This one already has something and it's producing timber out of that. And we'll just see where that timber goes then. Also, let's have a quick look on my forestry area. There is no profit yet to be had. Next level would be once we started producing 500 resources. So as we can see, it's starting to ramp up now. And there's also still not enough workers, though it's filling up as well. Taking a bit of time there, but it's fine. Now, the cool thing is, as we get closer with the city then, we can then use some public transportation also to get the workers over there. And also at the moment, we're using this road here, kind of like as a connection to the highway. I think it could overload the highway if we have then more traffic also from the forestry area. So there is a good connection here for the city already. I think we might actually make this right away, this connection. Once again, there is a There is this track system here that leads into the mountains. I'm not going to have my streets go under it though now. Right, so we're just going to make it like so. And here we make that final connection for this one. And these tracks here, actually, they're not being used, right? There is nothing here. There's only some ruins in this area. And future-wise, some ore industry. But right now, nothing, so it doesn't matter. And once we use these tracks, I'm going to just put them down under or actually in the air. We'll see about that. No idea so far, but oh, as we can see, there's actually some trucks returning to facility Ice Cube Factory. Oh, I think they are using this road there now too as a shortcut to avoid the highway and all its traffic jams. We'll just see how this works out on the traffic then in general. So far so good. This is starting to work now, as we can see. And I'm just waiting for some proper profit that will be coming in here soon, hopefully. Stay tuned.